Hopefully that's okay.
Okay. Hi, my name is Peggy. I'm a colored pencil artist and I make a lot of mistakes. And so the reason I say that is I think it's hard to find a place in the social media space that you're not an instructor, you're not already an established artist. So then it's kind of trying to figure out what you share. And when it comes to colored pencil, I found it a challenge to share, especially when I can't create drawings as fast as a lot of other artists, especially established artists. It'll take me months sometimes for a really large drawing. And in order to do that, and in order to share that content, it's like, well, here's my one video 3 times a year. And I don't have this back catalog of drawings and videos and other content to pull from because I'm still relatively new. And let me tell you, some of my older stuff, I didn't know how to film. I don't know if I still do, but didn't know how to film, didn't know mics, didn't know any of that. And so it's really challenging to figure out what to share and what's interesting. And so I thought I would share what I learn. And I swear every day I learn something new, or I'm just reminded of advice I've been given, advice that I've seen in content online or in books or in courses and all of that. And it really plays a role for me, for my work every day. And so specifically with this drawing that I've started, it's just a sketch of a turtle that I took this past year. And I think the lesson that I've learned today is just to start with smaller sketches. Something that I think may have held me back in the beginning of my drawing journey is the fact that I have aspirations of doing work that's so large, and it's challenging to learn at the same time when you're working on such large drawings, because the ability to learn from those mistakes is a lot slower, because you may make a mistake in one area and you want to fix it and you want to perfect it and all of that, and you don't have the context of the larger drawing to compare anything to. So I think that was something that, while it gave me a lot of confidence in the very beginning that I could do these larger drawings, it did, I think, hold me back. And so something I was reminding myself today, I have been in kind of that analysis paralysis state for the past few days. I'm really working hard at trying to figure out how to use letters in my drawings, how to make them not necessarily make sense, but make them work with colored pencils, because it's not easy. I don't really know what I'm doing. And so it requires a lot of testing. And thankfully, I've actually been leaning into all of the testing. And so I've been doing these smaller sketches, trying to see what's working, what's not working. And this past weekend, what I found is that I can sometimes go too much into the analysis side of things, the testing side of things. And so sometimes it's just better to do a small sketch, do it completely, and then learn from that, instead of doing small sketches like this, which are helpful for testing colors really quickly and things like that. But I don't know about you, but I find for myself that I test differently than I work on my final piece of drawing. I'm so much more careful on my final drawing. So instead of testing the same way I draw, I'm testing in a very different way. So doing a full tiny sketch has been really, really helpful, and it's something that I wish I had done more of in the very beginning. Not the very beginning, literally last week. I'm still learning. And so something that I'm going to do moving forward is start trying to do a few more of these sketches to test things out, make sure things work, make sure the paper works, make sure the technique works, because these small sketches, not always accurate to what your final kind of application is going to be on paper. So that is today's what I learned in a day. And so we'll see we'll see where this goes. I am going to try to finish this drawing this week. I'm excited. I think having these smaller wins is really valuable, not only for confidence, but it's the whole idea of failing faster. And so I am trying to incorporate that a lot more into my work, into my day-to-day structure of drawing.